guys, welcome back to my channel. You know it's your girl Divine Diva Mel here, and this morning I have prepared my homemade protein powder. Alright guys, so let me just walk you through some of the ingredients that I'll be using to make my protein powder this morning. There's a lot more ingredients that I would have loved to have put in my protein powder. However, I don't have it at home now, so I am just going to be using what I have, and I want you guys to do the same. Use what you have. What you don't have, whenever you're able to get it, you can get it, put it together and just add it to the mixture that you have already prepared. Remember, this is your own creation, your own masterpiece, so you don't need anyone's approval of what needs to go in there. Alright, just to give you an idea of the protein powder that I usually use, I normally buy my protein powder on Amazon. So this is what I normally use. So this is 2 cups of my quinoa. That will be my main ingredient in my protein powder today. So now I'll be showing you how I wash my quinoa. I normally wash it 3 to 4 times, and then I leave it to sit for about 10 minutes soaking, and then I'm going to go ahead and strain the water from it. This one is much more wider and it will allow it to dry faster. I could have also put this in the oven to dry, but I don't want to spend that much time just to light the oven and be using the big old oven just to dry it, so I've decided to do it on the stove top. Now let me tell you guys, this is also a first for me. I have done some sort of research and I saw where they were actually doing this in order to make the quinoa meal, or we would say flour. So that's why I'm trying this method, right? And as I always say, don't knock it unless you have tried it, right? It's kind of sticking, not really as much. See, it's moving, so we're literally just moving it around and allowing it to just dry out so that we can actually turn it into meal. So here we are again. I have turned off my stove and I'm now allowing my quinoa to cool down while I 2 pinches of salt to my measuring cup, and now I will be adding a 1/2 cup of chia seed. This is a 1/4 cup, so I'm adding 2 of this. Alright, so I've switched my ingredients into a bigger container, because of course my measuring cup got full. So I added 2 cups of cashew, and this is raw unsalted cashew, and I'm adding 4 teaspoonfuls of cinnamon powder to this. And remember guys, you are doing yours to taste, right? So if needs be and you need to add more spices to your powder, then you can go ahead and do so. But just bear in mind, remember, whenever you're going to be using your powder to make a protein shake or to add it to any other mixture, if you're going to be adding spices to it, you have to remember that you already had spice in your protein powder, okay? So a little at a time, and then you can build on it. I am adding this nutmeg. I would have said nutmeg in Jamaica. Whatever floats your boat, same thing. So I'll be adding this. I'll be adding this nutmeg to my protein powder as well. Alright, so this is my nutmeg grater that I will be using to grate my nutmeg. So I'll show you what that looks like in powder form. So now this is what I got from my nutmeg. It took me like about 30 seconds to grate it. It's 1.5 teaspoons. I did measure it, so I know. Okay. Alright, so I've started the process of my pumpkin seed. It's a bit tedious to get them out of the shell, so I'm going to just skip this process. If you guys are able to get it at the health food store, you can just go ahead and buy it. I had already have my pumpkin, so I want to use my pumpkin seeds. Alright, so I'm going to skip this process as I said, but just know that you have to literally cut them out the shell. I've not figured out an easier way to get this done as yet, but as soon as I do, I'll let you guys know. Alright, so I've added my ingredients to my blender. I have 2 cups of quinoa, 2 cups of cashew. I have my 4 teaspoons of cinnamon powder, my 1 nutmeg, that's 1.5 teaspoons, and I have 1/2 cup of chia seed, 1/2 cup of pumpkin seed, 2 pinch of salt. Hope I didn't forget anything. So let's get into this blending and see how it's going to turn out. I am a bit scared, but don't knock it unless you have tried it. Remember guys, remember to occasionally just open your blender and kind of just try to move the ingredients around, because remember the cashews are a bit hard. What I should have done was just mashed the cashew, so the blender would have had an easier job. I did not do that, but we're going to let this work this morning. And guys, remember there's no liquid in the blender, so don't run the blender too long. Just do it for maybe like 30 seconds, stop it, and then start it again, because we don't want to run the motor too hot. Alright, so my blender is not cooperating as I wish it would, so I've taken out some of the ingredients and I'm going to be blending just a smaller portion first, and then I gradually blend the rest. Oh, I forgot to mention guys that if you have flaxseed, well, I don't remember if I did mention it before. If you have flaxseed, that's also one of the ingredients that would be extremely important to put in it. But as I said, don't have that this morning, so I'm not going to put it in there now.